Welcome back to the War Grove of Woe. In today's video, we're going to be exploring the Ogor Mawtribes subfaction and their lore. Ogor Mawtribes are definitely an interesting bunch, not necessarily suited to my taste, but I can appreciate the big boys that they are. Without further ado, let's get started. First up, we have the Meatfist Mawtribe. Now, these guys are your simplest and probably the poster boy subfaction for the Ogor Mawtribes, and their single army-wide ability is they get a +1 to each roll made for Trampling Charge. If you are not aware, Trampling Charge is the basic Ogre rule where they do damage on the charge. And these guys do it a little bit better. The Meatfist Mawtribes claim to be the greatest of the Mawtribes. They reside in their massive fortress called Great Gut Fort, and the current undisputed ruler of the Meatfists is the gigantic over-tyrant Glob Glittermaw. It is said that the Meatfists were founded by Grawl Meatfist, first of the over-tyrants, who defeated the Gurish Titanox and feasted on the primordial beast's guts. This granted him immense bulk and power. The Meatfist Mawtribe is your basic ogre subfaction where they just kind of do what ogres already do, but just a little bit better. So if you just really like the aesthetic and the vibe of running over your opponent with massive, bulky big boys, then the Meatfist tribe is probably for you. Next up, we have the Bloodgullet Mawtribe. Their army rule is that their butchers know one extra spell for the lore of gut magic, and the butchers can attempt to cast one extra spell in the hero phase. Both of these abilities are fantastic in that it allows a fairly non-magical army to really perform above their weight class in magic. The lore of gut magic is a really good lore of magic, and being able to have more versatility in the spells you know, as well as just more casting, is always a fantastic way to add some magical spice to your army. As for the Bloodgullets lore, they are known for their dedication to the religious consumption of blood and fresh meat, as well as their very powerful butchers. Bloodgullets really believe that only fresh meat that is soaked with blood should be worthy of consumption, and they consider it holy communion with the great beast that consumes the realms. If you're unaware, this is the god of the Ogor Mawtribes. It's kind of similar to the Great Maw. It's just another name for it. Um, in battle, they strike not simply to kill, but to bleed their enemies. According to the teachings of their butchers, cooking meat dilutes its inherent power, and the Maw tribe seeks it or sees it as a blasphemy to even waste a drop of blood. Moving on to the Underguts Mawtribe, their army-wide ability is a really good one. It improves the rend of missile weapons used by lead belchers and iron blasters by 1. This is your obvious ranged subfaction, and it does it pretty well. Lead belchers and iron blasters are really powerful in the new book, and so just making them even better is a fantastic, different way to play Mawtribes. It's very against what is considered traditional Mawtribes of just run them over. Um, but it's definitely a really good faction right now. What really sets the Underguts Mawtribe apart, I think, is their lore. The Underguts Mawtribe reside in the subterranean caverns of the Shadow Realm of Olgu, and they are known for their love of explosives and blasting powder. You'd think this would be a bad idea in a cavern, but I don't think the ogres thought of that. Lead belchers make up the largest percent of the tribe due to their experience with explosives, and it is said that the Underguts originated in the deepest, darkest caverns of Olgu and developed a taste for the venomous. This turned their skin a sallow greenish yellow and caused them to drool poisonous liquid. So there you go. It is canon that some ogres are poisonous. Moving on to the Boulderhead Mawtribe. This is your big beasties Mawtribe, and they get army-wide abilities that boost their Stonehorns and Thunder Tusks. They get 2 more wounds to their Stonehorns and Thunder Tusks, making them a lot more tanky. And at the start of the game, or excuse me, During army construction, you can pick 3 Stonehorns or Thundertusk heroes to have mount traits instead of only picking 1. This allows you to just buff up your big centerpiece heroes, which is always a good thing. Onto the Boulderhead lore. The Boulderhead Mawtribe is considered by other ogres to be the best beastmasters among their race, and are known for their exceptional cruelty, even by ogre standards. They often provide inspiration to their mounts in the form of a swift kick from pig iron spurs, which are specifically designed to agitate and cause their beasts to go feral in a way, or cause them to be even meaner than they already are. To train their tough beasts, they are often pitted against each other in gladiatorial style blood matches. So if really mean beast riding ogres are for you, then this is the subfaction to play. Before we move on to the final 2 Ogor Mawtribe subfactions, I'd like to give thanks to my Patreon supporters. You guys are fantastic, and I appreciate each and every one of you. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a link to my Patreon in the description below, as well as a link to the Discord channel if you'd like to come over there and hang out with us. I'd love to see you all there. Moving on to the Thunderbellies. Their army-wide ability is very simple and very good. Mournfang packs can run and charge. This provides a lot of mobility to a fairly mobile unit, giving you lots of flexibility in how you position yourself around the board. It's a very good Mawtribe if you like Mournfang. For their lore, the Thunderbellies come from Shaman, the realm of metal, and they strike with ferocious speed like the lightning that ravages their homelands. These speed freaks crave going fast and are known to have the fastest mounts of all of the Mawtribes. Additionally, they are known to have a rivalry with the Dragon Ogres of the Sky Road. Last but not least, we have the Winterbite Mawtribe. This is your defensive subfaction, as they have a lot of abilities that helps them with ranged attacks, as well as things that would require line of sight. Their army-wide abilities is they have a -1 to hit them with missile weapons if they are wholly within the Mawtribe territory, as well as their Frost Sabers, Icebrow Hunters, and Yetis are not visible to enemy units more than 12 inches away. This is great for spells that require line of sight or missile weapons that require line of sight. As for their lore, I think this is my favorite Mawtribe lore, tied with the Underguts. I think the subterranean poisonous or venomous ogres is very interesting. But anyway, the Winterbite Mawtribe lore is that they are experts at guerrilla warfare, or at least what passes for guerrilla warfare for ogres. I mean, they're huge. It's kind of hard to be a little sneaky, but they make it work. They ride forth from a shroud of blinding snow as they embrace the fury of the Everwinter, and they seek to ambush their prey instead of overwhelming them, making them kind of a black sheep in the Ogor Mawtribes. But it definitely works for them. So if you like a snowy, wintry themed ogre tribe, then this is the one for you. And that was all of the Ogor Mawtribe subfactions explained and their lores explored. This has been the Worker of Woe, and I'll see you guys next time.